Hello, EOS Nation, and welcome to episode 43 of EOS Hot Sauce. I'm your host, Daniel Keys, and we've got another spicy one for you this week. In this week's episode, EOS Mainnet update, EOSIO replacing all databases, transaction record on Jungle Test Network, Wax On, Bosscore interviews Denis Carrière, Effect AI Rosette affiliate program, Predict Progress, Prospectors Banking, Scatter's Riddle, Wordproof and Acon, Liquid Apps Supercharged, and local cryptos. Vote for EOS. EOS Hot Sauce is available in every format. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit that bell and subscribe. If you're listening on SoundCloud, give us a like. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts or your favorite podcast player, give us a 5-star rating. And don't forget to subscribe to the EOS Nation newsletter at eosnation.io. First up, EOS Mainnet update. As we can see from Aloha EOS's block producer reliability tracker, many rounds and blocks have been missed in the last month. A lot of work was done, and the data shows the network stability has increased since February 9th. We're not out of the woods yet, but we're getting close. Those who want to catch up on what's happened in the last 4 weeks can consult our previous EOS Hot Sauces, as well as our weekend mainnet update from this past Saturday. Our previous Hot Sauce episodes covered the EOSIO 2.0 upgrade process and an overview and update regarding the microforks on the network. Our weekend mainnet update covered topics such as improvements in the EOSIO software released by block.one, some improvements to existing block producer infrastructure, and an update on the EOSIO 2.0 upgrade process. In summary, a recent increase in the amount of transactions has caused many microforks along with dropped blocks. Block.one and key block producers have been working together to reduce these microforks and drop blocks, and work is still ongoing in this area. Microforks and drop blocks have been significantly reduced, but too few transactions have been making it into blocks. Block producers are fine-tuning various settings to accept more transactions without causing microforks. Block.one continues to be actively engaged with block producers to help resolve issues identified. Even with all these improvements, the amount of transactions being submitted is still above the capacity of the network to support them. This means that sometimes transactions are going to expire without making it into a block. Block producers will continue to work to increase the size of the blocks. This means that already overloaded nodes running 1.8 will soon not be able to keep up at all. All nodes except block signing nodes need to run EOSIO 2.0 with EOS VM as soon as possible. Stay tuned to our channels for more EOS Mainnet updates. We'll be sharing more information as soon as we can. Next up, EOSIO replacing databases. We could try to summarize Dan Larimer's latest article about his vision of replacing all databases with blockchains, but we wouldn't do it justice. The article describes the different security and integrity guarantees that blockchains offer over traditional databases, such as commitment to global sequence of events, deterministic execution of business logic, tight coupling of business logic and data integrity, and elimination of passwords. Here are a few choice quotes from the article that we hope will motivate our readers to take the time to read it in full. Dan Larimer was quoted, "Traditional web application infrastructure was designed with security as an afterthought, and for over 25 years, companies have been attempting to patch the fundamentally insecure architecture. This architecture was designed with the assumption that a server could be trusted and secured, but years of experience has taught us that no server is safe from external attacks, let alone internal compromises. Stated another way, a server is fundamentally centralized." He continued, "The future block.one is creating eliminates passwords and expensive auditing, saving companies billions of dollars, preventing identity theft, and offering increased reliability and auditability for all." He went on, "Not adopting blockchain tech in the years ahead will be like a bank not adopting SSL, and once the technology is widely available, not using blockchain technology could, in my view, be considered negligence." Next up, our section on EOSIO networks. First, transaction per second record on Jungle Test Network. Members of the Jungle Testnet community conducted some stress testing recently and were able to achieve a new maximum transactions per second of 9,656, visible in blocks 74,094,068 and 74,094,069. This new record is 477 transactions greater than the previous record. Compared to last year, other notable results from the test include better stability, fewer forks, and all deferred transactions were executed instead of expired. This year's stress test participants included EOS Barcelona, EOS USA, Aloha EOS, and EOS DAC. Next up, Wax On. The biggest threat to Ethereum is Ethereum. In this week's episode of Wax On, founder of Wax, William Quigley, goes over the challenges Ethereum will face in scaling. They're planning to switch from proof of work to proof of stake, and they've got a big road ahead of them. We've embedded that video in the written version of this episode. Check it out at eosnation.io. Next up, BossCore interviews Denis Carrière. Alongside their DApp incentive program, which aims to support active DApp builders, the BossCore team started a series of talks with experienced builders to shine more light on the process of creating decentralized applications and smart contracts. For the first episode of these talks, BossCore community representative Toju Kaka invited EOS Nation CTO Denis Carrière, who already has an impressive track record of building groundbreaking smart contracting tools on EOSIO, such as the EOS referendum tally, the Boss WPS system, and the EOS Nation proxy. Among other topics in the article, you'll find a comparison of centralized versus decentralized applications, what needs to be considered to increase the success of a DApp, and which unique features the BossCore network has to offer to developers. Next up, our section on decentralized blockchain applications. First, Effect AI's Rosette affiliate program. Just a few weeks back, we learned about the second product from Effect AI, Rosette, a tool for creating multi-language subtitles for YouTube videos. As part of a bigger rollout, the team announced an affiliate program, which creates great opportunities for those that successfully introduce the services of Rosette to content creators on YouTube. Currently, the program is in pre-registration phase, and those that sign up early have the chance to become legacy members, which comes with a lot of perks. Find out all about it and check out the reward system in the introduction of the program. Rosette is already live, and if you're a content producer, you should check it out to learn more about the advantages of adding multi-language support to your video content. Next up, Predict's January update. The Everpedia and Predict team have made it a great habit to give regular updates about their ongoing developments. Through that, they keep their user base engaged and receive valuable feedback. With the launch of user-generated markets and the release of their 2020 roadmap, the month of January was especially exciting for Predict. They've learned a ton since the launch and made many improvements, such as improvements to the Predict Telegram bot, market creation fee change from 20,000 IQ to 10,000 IQ, full IQ refunds on market rejection, and replacement inactive members Predict Oracle multisig account. A new feature that the team is currently working on is a Predict statistics webpage and API showing interesting data like the total amount of IQ burned, total market volume, number of markets proposed, accepted, active, expired, resolved, and more. Find more Predict updates in the full January report. Next up, Prospectors Banking. The Prospectors game, set in the times of the gold rush, is stimulating the growth of an economy from scratch. Since the civilization within the game is growing, so is the economic infrastructure. And as the next logical step, a banking system was introduced. The central function of the new banking system is to provide citizens the service of converting mined gold into in-game gold by depositing it into the bank account. Later on, after obtaining a banking license from the central bank, this feature will offer users a new career option as they can create private banks to provide different services and earn commission on the process. But before this option will be available, a central bank needs to be built inside the game, and this in itself is interesting, as citizens themselves need to take initiative for the first ever public work project within the Prospectors world. We're very excited to learn more about how this all plays out. For those new to Prospectors, Castle Crypto just released an up-to-date review on this exciting game that took the crypto gaming community by storm. Next up, Scatter's Riddle update. The reputation and identity layer, or Riddle, has been a project the Scatter team has been working on for a while, and after extensive testing, they've put together an interesting article to summarize their findings and how they are going to tweak the system to make major improvements. Here are some features of the new Riddle. Users won't need to manage EOSIO accounts anymore or spend network resources like RAM, CPU, and net. Riddle will have frictionless multi-chain support through the new API service. A new Riddle mining system. New actions like init, activate, revoke, and move identity. Adjustments for the actions identify and repute. Integration into the Foundation for Interwallet Operability, or FIO network, and more. Besides some really interesting improvements, you'll also find some great pictures of the UI in the article, as they've demonstrated the step-by-step process of setting up a Riddle identity, which will be reintegrated into the next version of Scatter. Some pictures of the Scatter mobile prototype were also shared. With all these new features coming, we're really excited about the new Scatter, as it pushes the envelope in terms of security, interoperability, and usability. Next up, our section on collaborations, partnerships, and interoperability. First, WordProof partners with Acon. The cooperation between Acon, mostly known through their digital identity solution, or ID, and WordProof, known for their timestamping tool to prove the origin of internet content, already started with talks in late 2019. Now it's official. Both projects will join forces to bring more integrity to the internet. Complementing each other's products, we'll see ORID being integrated into WordProof so that a timestamp will not only prove when content was created, but also by whom. The full integration is expected for April of this year. Congratulations to both teams. Speaking of WordProof, check out the video of their pitch at Europe's EIC Horizon Prize on the Blockchains for Social Good finalist day on February 10th, where they competed with 23 other teams for 5 grants of €1 million each. Next up, Liquid Apps Supercharged. The foundational architecture of the dApp network is the dApp Services Smart Contract, which is responsible for managing the network's staking mechanism, package provisioning, and quotas. Several upgrades to the dApp network foundations have been enabled. The dApp Services Contract now offers third-party staking, LiquidX, flexible resource billing, and air hodl withdrawal. Finally, the vibrant EOSIO community. Local cryptos, vote for EOS. Dear EOS community, we need your help. Local Cryptos, a peer-to-peer exchange with over 100,000 users, do your own research, is running a poll to see which crypto they're adding next, and EOS is competing versus Dash and Litecoin. Show up the polls, vote for EOS, and spread the word. We first heard about the contest on February 10th, and at the time, EOS was only representing 13% of the votes. We called on the community and many of you responded. A day later, EOS has surged up to 25%. There's still time to vote, so let's keep it going and let's go EOS. And that's all for this week's episode of EOS Hot Sauce. EOS Nation is a top 21 block producer on the EOS public network. We earn inflation rewards based on the percentage of tokens staked towards us. Those rewards are reinvested into EOSIO community, tools, and infrastructure. Help grow the ecosystem by staking your vote to EOS Nation FTW for BP or proxying to Proxy4 Nation. Remember, we never accept compensation in exchange for featuring projects in the EOS Hot Sauce. That means if a project is included in the EOS Hot Sauce, it's because we believe that project brings value to the EOSIO ecosystem, and we want our community to know about it. Are you building an interesting project on EOSIO? We want to hear from you. Reach out to us on social media or email info@eosnation.io. Thanks for supporting EOS Nation and for listening to this week's episode of EOS Hot Sauce. Want more spicy updates? Check out eosnation.io for previous episodes. You can also find us on YouTube, SoundCloud, or your favorite podcast player. Again, don't forget to smash that like, hit that bell, give us a 5-star rating, and subscribe to the EOS Nation newsletter at eosnation.io. Once again, I'm your host, Daniel Keys, and we'll see you again next week. Until then, let's keep it spicy.